Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas, where we are playing the final episode of Daggerheart, played solo here. Episode 22, Daggerheart. So we have been following the adventures of Fern. I'm going to keep an eye on this because this camera looks like it's failing. It keeps turning itself off. This is my third attempt at starting this. So we've been following the adventures of Fern as Fern has been exploring the Sablewoods. We have come to some conclusions over what's been happening. We've discovered a little bit more about the big bad, but we still haven't uncovered who the big bad is. We stumbled upon, well, we didn't stumble upon, we investigated and we found out where the quarry is, and we have now come into the quarry where we should be able to find some information about who's been making the constructs, possibly why and how they've been making the constructs. We were confronted as we entered into the quarry area. We were confronted by a mage who I described as tattooed. We said they had the big cloak, exposed that. Dreadlock, spoke with a posh voice and confronted Fern. We have 7 fear in the pool. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to ignore this camera. If I notice it fails, I will stop and I will replace it with, I have a much inferior one that I can replace it with, and then we will keep rolling from there. But until then, I'm going to try my best just to ignore that. If it fails, it fails. I do apologise. I might have to do a GoFundMe to get another camera. So, yes, right. What we said at the end of last session was we rolled up what it would be. It would be a 7 BP's worth of enemies that we would fight against. We said that there'd be a support, a leader, a standard, and a minion for Fern and Wolf to confront, to try and find that information. One of them had to be the mage. Now, originally I was thinking the support, but instead I changed it to a leader, which is a secret keeper that you can find in the SRD. I can't remember what page it is, but there are a tier 2 leader, the secret keeper. We also will be using, as the support, will be a quartz shield. That comes from Constructs Adversaries, the book that I wrote that you can find on Drive Thru. Stone soldier, also in there, and a boulder, which is a minion, which will be in there. Stone soldier is standard. These will be what will be confronting Fern at the first bit. The secret keeper can create demons, and possibly, because what made me think of using the secret keeper was that we were inferring that the big bad might be themselves a demon of some form that would have come from the battle in the Sablewoods with the Forgotten Gods, which is within the Sablewood setting document that you can get off of Darrington Press's website. So I thought maybe moving forward into Series 2, we might confront more demons than the constructs. There are a few more demons in the SRD, but also we could do a book of demons, tier 2, tier 1, 2, and maybe into tier 3 of demons for Fern to continue fighting against. So, Fern stepped through, the mage stepped out of the bushes as Fern started approaching the quarry. You really should not have come here, young ranger. We were warned of your approach, and we are ready for you. Attack! And Fern will be confronted by the lot of them. Now, we will run through what sort of state is Fern in. Not great. Fern has no hit points taken, no stress taken. Fern has 4 hope, but 2 armor slots have been used up. I don't think Wolf is in a bad position. Does Fern have, I think Fern has 1 healing potion. Fern does have a vial of dark smoke, which is pretty cool. And I think that about wraps it up. We have 7 fear, so we will go for it. So, so that's basically it. Do you mind if I just wade straight into the combat, straight off? It's because I've started 3 times with this thing failing. As far as I'm concerned, I've said everything possible to you. in various different combinations. But I kept resetting because it seems to be going all right now, which means it's bound to fail. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to tell you about. Everything is basically as it was. Basically, if we can defeat this, then we can wrap it up, that we can go and get some information, and then we can take it back to, it's one of those things. This keep on failing has completely drained my energy for this. I should do it another time, but I haven't got any other time to do it. So I do apologise, but I'll try and get back on track. It's one of those things where you get thrown by the technical issues. Oh man, it will suck if I have to buy another one. Oh well. What can you do? So yes, Fern, back on track. I've been learning Daggerheart for Foundry to do pro DMing. It's really cool. Anyway, back on track. So Fern is going to look at the people that we have got to fight against. We have this secret keeper, who we don't know what it is, but it's a mage, and it seems to be the major thing. There is a quartz shield over on the side. Let me describe what a quartz shield looks like to you. The quartz shield is made of translucent rock surrounded by the smell of ozone. Basically, they have the ability to clear conditions on themselves or others, to do an attack, which means that all targets will be basically make the ground vibrate, and to throw a quartz shield as a reaction in front of one of their allies to reduce the damage that their allies take. Stone Thug you've met before, Boulder you've met before, Secret Keeper is in the SRD. That camera's still working. So let's think. Fern, what are you going to want to do? Fern is going to send Wolf to attack the boulder and try and get the boulder out, which is a minion. Clear that off the board to start off with, and then Fern will try and attack the Secret Keeper, I think. But the quartz shield might get in the way of that. So Fern, first off, Wolf, which is an agility roll because it's a spell casting. Oh, and also for those people the spell Vicious Entanglement does not scale on damage. The damage is set for all usages of that spell because it is like basically a level 1 spell. But of course, the more hope you get, the higher level you are, the more successes you get. It is quite powerful because you can restrain 2 enemies basically, which makes me think that's what Fern will do on their turn. They will restrain the Secret Keeper and the quartz shield. That's what they're going to attempt to do. But at this point, Wolf, take out that boulder, as Fern is then going to start to call upon the spirits of the forest to do the attack. So Wolf first needs to attack successfully against the boulder, who has a difficulty of 13. We have rolled with fear, but 12 plus that, which means that the boulder is taken out. Wolf bounds towards the boulder, knocks it into the ground. It shatters to the ground into 1,000 pieces of shell, which causes Wolf to slip about and slip to the side, which distracts Fern, giving them an advantage. What can we do? The Stone Soldier could charge into an attack. Stone Soldier is a melee, but they've got passive. When a target within melee range tries to move away, they must make note that's moving away. Oh no, we could do that. It's going to charge in, because if the Stone Soldier is up front with Fern, then the Stone Soldier can actually muck around with Fern. Throw a rock at a target in close range. Target must make an agility action or take damage. You can mark a stress when the Stone Soldier would take damage to reduce that damage by 1. Okay. Passive. When a target within melee range tries to move away, they must make an agility roll. If they fail, mark a stress and they cannot move away this turn. Alright. So it's going to charge in to Fern and attempt to smack Fern, which is a D20. It has an attack of +2. It gets an 18. An 18 successfully hits Fern because Fern's evasion is 13. It charged in, so it's going to lumber in, big, covered in moss, massive iron-bound fists. in a huge stone body, eyes like dark coals, thin veins of coal running through its stone body, glowing with unearthly magic as it charges forwards, its fists raised, slamming its fist into Fern, hitting, doing 2d6 plus 3 damage, doing 7 plus 3, which is a 10. 10 is second threshold, which is 2 hit points damage. Fern's not going to use armor for this. Fern will just absorb that damage as Fern is struck in the chest, rolls to the ground, burn of fear. The Secret Keeper is going to action 2 fear spotlight, lots of when spotlighted allies in far range marks stress, gain a fear. Alright, the Secret Keeper is going to, so the first time the Secret Keeper is focused on, we can begin to summon an energy, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to burn that fear to focus on the Secret Keeper. The Secret Keeper has a clock, which we are now going to instigate. Every damage the Secret Keeper takes, we tick one of the clock. If the Secret Keeper triggers before they die, we will summon a minor demon. If we take 2 or more damage in one hit as a reaction, we can summon a demonic hound back. So that we've triggered the Secret Keeper, we will trigger that clock to begin activating. We could burn another one and trigger the Quartz Shield to do an attack. That might be cool. What can the Quartz Shield do? The Quartz Shield can throw a diamond Quartz Spear. Yes, the Quartz Shield is going to activate, and the Quartz Shield is going to attempt to throw this shard of quartz, crack off of its back. It's got loads of spikes of quartz on its back. Cracks one off of its back and then lobs that as a spear to try and hit Fern. An 11. The quartz has a +2, which is a 13. It is from far, which means that we can mark a stress to get a plus. We're going to mark 1 stress. That makes a 13. Is that a 13? Yeah, +2 plus 11 is a 13. The minimum we can get on this is a 1, which is a 4. So that temporarily gives us. So basically, this is I see it coming. If someone beyond melee range, which is what the Quartz Shield was, attempts to attack you, you can mark a stress to get +4 to your evasion roll. So instinctively, Fern sees this glint in their eye as this quartz comes coming towards, and nimbly rolls out of the way, coming up onto their haunches, arrow ready. As we'll now flip back to Fern. Fern is going to call upon the forest to attack the Secret Keeper, and then hopefully, if it works, we are going to bind both of them. Vicious Entanglement. Make a spellcast roll against a target within far range. On a success, roots and vines reach out. Additionally, on a success, you can spend a hope to temporarily restrain another adversary within very close range of your target. That would be the 2 Quartz Shields. The Quartz Shield has got a difficulty of 14. I can see why, because we just auto do. The Secret Keeper's got a difficulty of 16. We're probably better off targeting the Quartz Shield. We have a +3. We could burn one of our 4 hope to give us a +2, which is targeted shot against the Quartz Shield, which gives us a total of +5. We get a hope back. We get 13 +5 is an 18. We'll burn that hope that we just earned to bind the Secret Keeper and the Quartz Shield. But first we're going to do damage against the Quartz Shield, and then I will do the narrative of the attack. 7 plus a 1 is an 8. The Quartz Shield 8 is its first threshold, which burns 2 hit points. Can the Quartz Shield protect itself? reaction, mark a stress. So it's going to mark a stress to reduce the damage to itself by 1 hit point, which gives him 4 stress left, or the quartz shield. It's not a him, is it? It's a big lump of quartz. So, narrative. Fern rolls to the side, comes up on their haunches. Horns, bits of grass and dirt come off of their horns because they're goat-like. They're a fawn the fern. Then they will notch an arrow, but instead of releasing the arrow, they're going to call upon the forests to protect them. Vines are going to start to crack the earth, splits open, and vines instantly grow up around both the quartz shield and the secret keeper, twining their arms apart. The quartz shield is bound tight. The secret keeper has their arms spread wide. As the quartz shield feels the vines beginning to dig into the cracks within themselves, they harden their shield, reducing the damage, but they both are restrained. Restrained means also, I would think, that that Fern has advantage against them. So they are restrained. Spotlight is still with Fern, who still has 3. Hope has taken a bit of damage. Fern may target the quartz shield again, who is restrained. Mind you, the stone soldier is basically up and in Fern's face. So Fern will attempt to move away from the stone soldier so as Fern can do a shot. Now, moving away from the stone soldier is a passive. This is just as I can use it. We need to make an agility roll at 15 to move away. We got +3. What have we got? So that's a 10. That is an 11. +3 is a 14, which is a foul, and we get a fear, which means we switch back. But we can't move. But we still get to do our turn, because this is just attempting to move away. So, but if we can mark a stress and we get to leg it. So we'll mark a stress as the stone soldier tries to smash down. Fern dodges out the way, which is stressful, but Fern can act, but then it's going to end Fern's turn. Fern is then going to shoot the quartz shield again, possibly 14, or stone shield. Maybe the stone soldier, who is right up in Fern's face, is the best one to target at this point. So Fern is going to attempt to shoot this. Well, it depends what this roll is. Fern is going to attempt to shoot the stone soldier. The stone soldier. So Fern has rolled away. Maybe Fern will do the bound, so be right far distance. Shoot the stone soldier, which is a 12, which is a 15, hits the 13. Do we gain another fear? I guess we do, don't we? So we're back to 7. Doing 2d6 plus 3 damage. Doing 10 points of damage, hitting threshold 2, which is 2 points of damage. The quartz shield, as a reaction, is going to throw a shield in the way, blocking the stone soldier. So we've got restrained and we've got restrained. So yes, so we'll write that. So Fern leaps away in the air, mid leap. Fern is going to fire an arrow at the stone soldier. The quartz shield, who is restrained over near the other side of this clearing, is going to throw a piece of quartz across, which knocks the arrow off of course, but sadly still catches the stone soldier slightly on the clip shot. This is going to cause Fern to be disheartened as Fern lands badly, meaning Fern no longer has momentum, and we switch back over to the baddies, and they get spotlight. Right, so spotlight on the secret keeper, would be the Secret Keeper will free themselves of their restraints. They didn't take any damage, they were just restrained. Throw away a fear. Free the Quartz shield from its restraints. Throw away a fear. The Stone Soldier is going to charge. No, the Stone Soldier is going to throw a rock at Fern, which costs a fear. Burn that fear down. Fern must make an Agility 15 reaction roll. You don't. Do you get fear from the reaction? Yeah, you would do. Reaction roll to throw the massive. It's going to pick up a massive rock from the ground and just lob it at Fern. Fern needs to make a Agility 15 roll. Fern might. That's 10. Gets a hope. 10 plus 3 is a 13. We could burn that hope to get grit teeth, which will give us 15. We are going to say that the stone, we're going to burn the hope, and we're going to explain that by saying that the stone does hit Fern, but Fern braces for it, so it hits, and it just so happens that there was a badly picked stone by the Stone Soldier, and it ended up that it wasn't a stone. It looked like a stone, but it's actually a massive clump of earth. It strikes Fern, disintegrates into loads of earth and grass, which sprays up into the air, settles, and Fern stands there looking determined to get revenge. That was the front door. Sorry. So I ran off and did that. That was the buzz. You heard a buzz. That was me going answering the front door. And hopefully that didn't knacker that camera. So, Fern, getting revenge. See, this is, I don't know if it's production value or whatever, but at least it's real. I'm a real person doing a real game, playing a real thing. I just put it on the internet. But I really write. So I write the books. I really produced a book for Artazorian. I've really done this. I really am in my mid-50s. I really do all this stuff. I really have had all of these things. I'm just a real person, and so that's what you get on Hollowponds Solo Sagas. Yeah, reality, real me. Anyway, so Fern is braced as the earth just shatters, and we flick back to Fern, and Fern gets spotlight. So Fern needs to take some of these out as quickly as possible because it's getting a bit hardy. So who can we take out? Hopefully, we've still got Wolf, we've got Vicious Entanglement. We want to keep our distance because then we can burn a stress and use I can see it coming. So we want the Stone Soldier out because the Stone Soldier is going to come in close and we can't use that to our advantage. So we want to attack the Stone Soldier and try and get the Stone Soldier down. So we want to. We are going to spend 3. If we spend 3 hope, when you succeed on an attack with a weapon, to use that same roll against 2 additional. Right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try. We're not going to burn a hope to try and hit. We want to try and get as high a roll as possible to strike. We can use Dark Smoke. We'll do next attack against us. We're going to use the Dark Smoke. Hopefully, we'll remember. Don't fail, camera. So, who's the easiest one for us to hit? Probably the Stone Soldier. Stone Soldier, but the other 2 are, we can try and, if this succeeds, we will, hopefully we'll hope. Right, anyway, first off, attack the Stone Soldier, Pete. We attack the Stone Soldier, we get a hope, which is brilliant, because that's what we really wanted. We hit a 14 plus 3, giving us a 17. A 17 is going to hit everyone standing. We are going to burn 3 hope, and Fern is going to machine gun out. So this is hold them off. Spend 3 hope when you succeed on an attack with a weapon to use that same roll against 2 additional adversaries within range of the attack. We are going to fire off boom, boom, boom. 1 arrow against the Stone Soldier, 1 arrow against the Quartz Shield, 1 arrow against the Secret Keeper. We've got a 14, a 17, we hit all 3. Stone Shield first, we do 2d6 plus 3 against the Stone Soldier. We get 6 plus 3 is a 9. 9 hits stage 2, which is 2 points of damage. 9. Yep. No, hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it only hit stage 1, doing 1 point of damage because I was looking at the quartz shield, taking the stone soldier to 2 hit points. We hit the quartz shield. One arrow smashes into the stone soldier, knocking a small chip off. We do 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9. 9 hits the quartz shield for grade 2. We could burn a stress and protect ourselves. The quartz shield is going to burn a stress and protect itself, doing 1 point of damage, taking the quartz shield down to 3 hit points. This could have been better. And finally, we have against the Secret Keeper. Secret Keeper's got 13. I don't think we can do more than that. We get 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is 1 hit point. Basically, we've got 2 things here. The quartz shield could protect. That was what a waste of 3 hope. We need a bigger gun. The stone shield, the quartz shield is going to burn in stress. It's going to burn through all stress, but it's going to cause no damage to hit the Secret Keeper, as 1 arrow hits the stone shield, the stone soldier, knocking a chip off. 1 arrow hits the quartz shield, knocking a slight damage as it throws up a shield against it, and 1 arrow going towards the Secret Keeper. I'm assuming you can react against all of these. I mean, he's burning resources. He's only got 1 stress left. And then he's going to be vulnerable. And 1 is going to hit the Secret Keeper, but it gets knocked aside as a piece of quartz falls over, and the Secret Keeper laughs heartily. Fern still has the spotlight. Fern is going to throw Vicious Entanglement out again. That burns fear, and we might be able to hit multiple because we do have 1 hope left. So Fern is going to panic and call upon the forest again, beg forgiveness to attack the stone soldier. Let's go for the stone soldier. No, the quartz shield is more dangerous. We're going to go for the quartz shield. Attacking the quartz shield, we get +3. We're not going to burn a hope to boost our attack because we want to bond 2 of them. We have, no, it's not correct. It's a 15 with fear, but +3 gives us a hit. So we hit them both. We bind them both by burning that hope. Both of them get the vines coming up and crushing in between them, but we roll damage against the quartz shield, which is a 6 + 2, is it? +1, which is a 7. The 7 only does 1 point of damage, which is going to defend itself for and become vulnerable. But it also means it can't stop hitting anybody else anymore. So it doesn't do any damage, but they are both restrained, which is the Secret Keeper and the quartz shield. We did give ourselves an extra fear. We rolled with fear. We now, as the vines come up, Fern is going to take a breather because Fern's had a lot of action going off at the moment, and we will switch to the DM Spotlight. The DM Spotlight is going to focus on, we will throw both of those to get the Secret Keeper and the quartz shield's restraints off as they tear those off, which highlights both of those. But before we did any of that, the stone soldier is going to charge in to close range with Fern and attempt to hit Fern. And the stone soldier has, I still haven't got the books back, though they should be coming tomorrow. The stone soldier is going to charge in and attempt to punch up Fern. Stone soldier has an attack of +2. 18 + 2, 20 definitely hits Fern, doing 2d6 +3, doing 10, doing 13. 13 crosses into the minor threshold to major damage, which does 2 hit points. Fern is going to use up 1 of their armor slots, using their last armor slot to take only 1 damage, so Fern is on half hit points. Right, so that was that. Everyone has gone on the GM side, which means the spotlight, nobody can go again, which means the spotlight must turn back to Fern. Fern is thinking, now do I leg it? No, we don't leg it. Now Wolf, can Wolf be told to go off and do something? We can use our healing potion now. If we use a healing potion, do we then lose spotlight? I don't think so, would we? Because, I mean, it's not like we're rolling with fear, we're not doing anything. So Fern is going to use their healing potion, which is Applejack. So we roll a d4. 3. So we clear all hit points off of Fern. Fern hiccups and a little burp of healing potion of Applejack. Fern still has spotlight, but we no longer have our 1 dose of healing potion. Fern is going to prep that dark file to use. The stone soldier is right up in Fern's face. Fern is going to attempt to jump away using the fawn, which is when you succeed on an attack against a target within melee range, you can mark a stress to kick yourself off of them, dealing an extra 2d6 damage and knocking back either yourself or the target to very close range. So we are going to attempt to hit the stone soldier with the sole aim of being able to basically kick away. So we're going to try and do a melee attack against the stone soldier, which is a 9 plus a 5 is a 14 plus 0. That gives us a 14. We get a hope and we kick the stone soldier. How much damage is that? A d4? D4? Oh, it'd be 2d4, wouldn't it? 2d4 because of proficiency. We do 5, which does 1 point of damage. The quartz shield can't protect it anymore, so we kick 1 point of damage. As we kick it, we are going to mark a stress. We're going to kick off into a short range. No, melee, within melee range, we're going to kick off to very close range, doing 2d6 damage, which doesn't scale with proficiency, which is 10. But a 10 clears the stone soldier's second thing, so which kills the stone soldier. Excellent. And we succeed. So Fern attempts to do a hoof kick, knocking the stone soldier in its knee. A small chip comes off and a deep, gravelly, almost grinding chuckle comes out of the stone soldier as Fern then puts their other hoof up instantly, kicking back at the stone soldier and propelling themselves forwards as the stone soldier flies back, hitting the ground where there's a rock with a sharp spike which strikes the stone soldier in the small of the back. The stone soldier leans back as a huge crack forms in their middle and their two halves split open, and there's a huge surge of purple magical essence which then flies off into the Sablewood, and Fern then turns. Now what can Fern do? Fern can attempt to bind, vicious entangle the secret keeper and the quartz shield again, with the intentions of then shooting them afterwards or getting Wolf to do something. We have 1 hope. We have nothing that can give us a bonus, so we're going to target the quartz shield and call upon the forest again to bind the quartz shield. We get a 9 and a 2, which gives us a hope. We're going to burn that anyway, which gives us an 11, plus our 3 gives us a 14. The quartz shield's difficulty is 14. We burn the hope that we've just earned to bind, to restrain the secret keeper and restrain the quartz shield. Doing vicious entanglement is a d8 plus 1 damage on the quartz shield, doing 4, which does 1 point of damage, taking the quartz shield to 2 hit points. Right, we earned a hope, we've done that, so they're bound. Fern has caused the vines come out of the ground, they wrap themselves around the quartz shield, they wrap themselves around the secret keeper, they're both being dragged down. Fern thinks, Fern is going to call Wolf to attack the secret keeper. Yes, what sort of damage does Wolf do? Wolf does a D6. No, we'll shoot the secret. The D6 is never going to hurt the secret keeper. We will attempt to fire arrows at the... No, we'll send the wolf to attack the quartz shield, maybe? No, sorry, secret keeper. We shoot the secret keeper. We will keep that hope just in case. So that gives us a +3 against the secret keeper, where it hits the secret keeper. But the secret keeper, we get fear and then it's going to flip back. So we get 2d6 damage on the secret keeper. Oh, secret keeper was restrained. It's going to hit the secret keeper anyway, but they are restrained, so that means we'd get an extra d6. So that would be a 15, that would be an 18, but it hits anyway. It doesn't stop the fear bit. Come on. 4 plus, that's a 5, that's 7. So it only does 1 hit point damage, which also clicks the clock on. The secret keeper is... So all the secret keeper can do is undo their restraints on their turn, and then we throw a fear to undo the quartz shield's restraints. So I mean, it's not quite a stun lock on Fern's part, but this is a difficult fight. It is like the end of thing fight, and so it is a tough one. So we are back to Fern. Fern, what are you going to do? There's not a lot you can do. The only thing you can do is try and whittle away the secret keeper. I think our Fern's best bet at this point is to do vicious entanglement again. I do apologise. It is boring and repetitive, but it's possibly Fern's only way of actually holding them down, and see if we can whittle away at them. So, targeting the quartz shield. We get a hope. We get a 15, which is definitely a hit against the quartz shield. We burn that hope that we just earned to restrain them both. We do 8d8 plus 1 damage on the quartz shield. We do 1 point of damage, so it's whittling the quartz shield down. The quartz shield is down to 1 point as the vines are just slowly etching in. The secret keeper is being released and coming out. Released, is getting irritated, he's beginning to swear in a very posh accent. There's no point resisting, Fern. I will defeat you in the end. I can summon once when taking 2 points of damage. So can't do that yet. Reaction: when spotlight ally in a far mark stress again. Well, no one's actually far away from the secret keeper at the moment. I can spend 2 fear to... Well, I can't... There's no point doing that either because we haven't got that many people standing anymore. They're both restrained. The secret keeper is swearing and resisting. Fern needs to take that. We're going to have to shoot the quartz shield. We'll send Wolf. Wolf, attack that. Wolf, take out that quartz shield. We need to defeat this mage. Come on, Wolf. Wolf fails. Wolf charges up. We get fear. We switch back, which means going to be 1. We might as well throw that away. We're just going to release those 2. Wolf charges up, attempts to gnaw on the quartz shield. The quartz shield, being covered in ferns, in vines and thorns, protects it as Wolf. See, this is Daggerheart, not necessarily faster in battles. In fact, this is going to be the whole of this session, I think, and we might just have to do a quick recap at the end of Fern getting information and then leading Fern. I reckon Fern goes back to Hush to find the Whitefire Arcanist, and then the Whitefire Arcanist is going to send Fern out, and we'll explore. Season 2 will explore outside of the Sablewood, and maybe I'll come up with, in between seasons, I'll come up with something which is a demonic plain or a more desolate sort of a desolate wilderness bit. Where Fern has to go and explore. That might be quite interesting, and also Fern will be out of their depth, and maybe we'll have to take someone with us that will help Fern. So anyway, that was the GM's turn. We got our spotlight the secret keeper tears themselves free. We then burn that fear that we just earned to focus the quartz shield, who frees themselves. Okay, we have 1 hope left, so we can do this if we have to do this. Fern is going to target the quartz shield with vicious entanglement. I apologise. Again, I need 14s. We get a hope. We get a 15. No, we get a 15. So we hit the quartz shield. We burn that hope. We're going to do at least 1 point of damage on the quartz shield, which makes the quartz shield, who is also vulnerable. So we would get +2 to that. But we've also restrained the secret keeper. Okay, so let's narrate it. This is the end of vicious entanglement. There's no point using that anymore because we could do. I mean, can do. So the quartz shield is targeted by Fern. Please, Sablewood, hold this abomination tight so as I can defeat it and find out and free you. The vines come out shooting into the quartz bed, shattering its protective shields, pulling each element deep within the earth to hold it tight and keep it safe. The secret keeper is wrapped up and down with ferns, desperately trying to rip at them to free themselves. I can't let you win, as all of the secret keeper's allies have gone down. Fern turns the secret keeper. Now, damage that Fern can do with a short bow is 2d6 plus 3, which is 15, which hits 0.2 on the secret keeper. Wolf can't even do that. So Fern is going to turn to the secret keeper and fire an arrow at the secret keeper. Now, what have we also got? Spend a hope to make an attack against the target. On a success, deal your attacks normal damage and temporarily make the target your focus. Until this feature ends or you make a different creature your focus, you gain this. You know precisely where they are, doesn't really help. When you deal damage to them, they mark a stress. Yes, okay. When you fail an attack against them, you can end your ranger's focus to reroll you do it. Yes, okay, that's what we're going to do. We are going to burn a hope, giving us no hope. We are going to attack the secret keeper. We need... Oh, that's blinding. All right, so that gives us 19. That gives us 25 plus our 3 gives us a 28, and we get a hope. Okay, a 28 hit against it is brilliant. That definitely hits the secret keeper with an arrow, goes petering out, strikes the secret keeper. We do 2d6 damage. We really need maxes on this. Whoa! All right, so that's 11 plus 3 gives us a 14. A 14 crosses over into difficulty 2 reaction. That does 2 points of damage, taking the secret keeper down to 5 hit points. 2 ticks on the summon a minor demon, but what we will do is we are going to summon a demonic hound pack. So the secret keeper, as a reaction, is going to pull into the netherworlds, and he's going to, where have we got? I think it's a level 1. Nope, it's a tier 2. It's a tier 2 demonic hound pack. Unnatural hounds lit from within by hellfire. Cause fear, consume flesh, please master. Difficulty 15, thresholds 11 and 23. 6 hit points, stress 3. Claw and fang melee. Hold, passive. When the pack has marked half or more of their hit points, their standard attack only deals 2d4, not 2d8. Mark of stress, action, to make all targets within very close range lose a hope. If a target is not able to lose a hope, they must instead mark 2 stress. Momentum reaction, when the pack makes a successful attack against a PC, you gain a fear. Momentum, gaining fear. Okay, so we are going to, so the secret keeper reaches in to the ground and summons up this demonic hound, this collection of demonic hounds. How many would there be? Oh, 6. And they charge forwards towards Fern, who still has spotlight. Yes, I think Fern, there was no fear gained there, so Fern still has spotlight. which pull the charge it towards Fern. Fern is going to use, we're going to use Vicious Entanglement, aren't we? We have to use Vicious Entanglement. Vicious Entanglement, so the Secret Keeper is already restrained because we haven't got a spotlight, but we can restrain these vicious hounds. So we are going to do that, I guess. Or we could shoot them. If we shoot them, they've got hit points of 6. We can't do that, but we can restrain them. So we're gonna, sorry about this, Vicious Entanglement comes out. As they come charging forwards, Fern is going to attempt to hit them with Vicious Entanglement. They have a difficulty of 15. We won't bother burning that fear, that hope to do this. We get a 2 and a 5, which gives us a hope. So that's a 7. That's an 8, 9, 10. That's not enough because they need a 15. So we fail to hit them with the Vicious Entanglement. They fail to be stopped, which means that, so did we burn that? Did we burn that hope against? We did. So sorry, one of those hope got burnt, didn't it? Because we made the Ranger's focus. We made the Secret Keeper is our focus at the moment. When you deal damage to them, they must mark a stress. So he's got 2 stress marked against him. She has 2 stress marked against her. So we then flip focus back to the GM focus. We will do the Demonic Hound Pack. The Demonic Hound Pack is going to mark a stress to mean 2 stress back. Hit points is 6 to cause Fern to lose Fern's hope, and then Fern begins to look terrified as the Demonic Hound Pack breathes fire towards Fern. So Fern loses hope. The Demonic Hound Pack breathes fire towards them. That is that. We throw that away, and then the Secret Keeper is no longer restrained. Right. We have back to Fern. Fern is looking terrified as this hell pack is targeting them. So the hell pack, the hound pack is still only at very close range. So we are at Fern. What is Fern going to do? I mean, I guess it's a Vicious Entanglement again, isn't it? The Demonic Hound has a difficulty of 15. Secret Keeper has a difficulty of 16. We can't do that much damage to. That's an 11. We are targeting the Demonic Pack, who hasn't got restrained. They're no longer restrained, but they are our focus. Demonic Pack. We get a 9 and a 6, which is a 15, gaining a hope. The 15 plus 3 is an 18, hitting the Demonic Hellback with an arrow as we pull back and release it, smacking into one of the Hellhounds, doing 2d6 plus 3. This is where you can't, wow, doing 14. A 14 crosses over, does 2 hit points, taking it down to 4 hit points. One of the hounds gets clipped. 2 of the hounds actually go down because of that, because it's 2 hit points. The arrow pierces 2 hounds who both dissolve into a puff of flame and brimstone, angering the other hounds. It's weird, as the battle goes on longer, you slip out of a narrative and into just wanting to grind the mechanics out. The hound pack is going to stop in their tracks. We can see that the ground around them, which has got bits of bracken and bits of stone and bits of grass, begins to ignite in flames as the hell pack stands still growling. We're still on Fern. Fern will target the Secret Keeper, and we're going to try and burn the Secret Keeper's stress down. We are going to try and shoot the Secret Keeper. The Secret Keeper, if we succeed, then we will Vicious Entanglement. But first off, we're going to try and shoot the Secret Keeper. We've got 1 hope. I want to save that hope, I think. We've got a +3 for the agility. We get a 6 plus the 2 is an 8 plus the 3 is an 11, which isn't enough to hit the Secret Keeper. No, it's not enough to hit the Secret Keeper, but that's... but we can, actually, when we fail an attack against them, you can end my Ranger's focus to re-roll the duality dice. Fine. We cease it being our focus, and we are going to re-roll a duality dice. And we are going to burn a hope to make it our focus again. As the arrow misses, and we do like the whole of the it's an old film, it's the original Sherlock Holmes, where Thingy Jr., Iron Man, playing Sherlock Holmes, where he sort of calculates all of the attack. That is what Fern does, and Fern tries to do it again, which is doing that. But we're going to burn a hope to do a targeted shot. So we've got no hope left. Gives us +2, gives us +5. An 11 and a 4 is a 15, plus a 5 is a 20. That gets a fear. It's a final thing, but the shot hits, which means it is our focus, because it hits and we burnt the focus to make it our focus. So the Secret Keeper becomes our focus again. We hit it. We do 2d6 damage on it. We do 1 point of damage. 1 point of damage, which means that we make it, when you deal damage to them, they must mark a stress, which goes to, they've got 4 hit points left. The clock ticks on by 1. There's only 2 ticks left on the clock, and we've hit them. Sadly, we've still got the wolf pack who can still attack us. The Secret Keeper, what can we do? Secret Keeper, what can you do? You're going to fire, so from far away, the Secret Keeper is going to attempt to fire, holds up their staff, points it at Fern, and attempts to discharge a magical blast at Fern. A 2 is a miss. The blast hits the ground as Fern rolls to the side. Burn of fear. The demon pack is going to, they could mark another stress, or they could attack. If they attack, then we could gain another fear. If they run in and do an attack. So they're going to run in and attempt to do attack. So they're going to bound into Fern and attempt to chew up Fern, getting a 9 plus 0, misses. So Fern again rolls clear of them, bounds to a distance to be far away from them, and they foul that. Fern, can you kill the Secret Keeper? Fern. And we will say, if the Secret Keeper dies, we'll just make the demonic hound pack disappear as being summoned creatures, because that will be easier and it will end it. So Fern attempts to shoot. Fern's got no hit points left off them. Like they're fine hit point wise. Fern is going to attempt to shoot the Secret Keeper. We have no hope to use, so we're just +3. We've got, I'm going to call that a cocked dice. I do apologise. Technically speaking, it's cheating. 7, excellent. Which is, what was that? So that's a 7 plus the 4, that's an 11, plus the 3 is a 14. Misses, but we get a hope. But we can re-roll, can't we? We are going to use up the focus to re-roll the duality dice, and we will burn that hope that we just earned, to hopefully make the this is I'm sure this is pushing the realms, which is hopefully going to make the Secret Keeper our focus again. Here we go. So Fern has fired multiple arrows at this Secret Keeper, who is dodging because of being the focus. They just thinking, why won't you leave me alone? What do we got? Can I call that a cocked dice again, please? Come on. Yes! So we got a 15, plus a 3 is an 18, which is a hit. So it is our focus. We do get a hope. I mean, yes, strictly speaking, what I am doing now is would be, I mean, was it a cock dice? No. But I'm doing this to get it done. You got to get it done. So that we would cause the Secret Keeper to take a stress, which means the Secret Keeper is now vulnerable, and the Secret Keeper takes damage as an arrow strikes the Secret Keeper, doing a 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 doesn't do anything, taking the Secret Keeper to 3 hit points, taking it to 1 tick before the clock goes off. Fern still has the focus. Oh man, if we can do 4, we're never going to be able to. How are we going to do 26 damage in one shot? We can't. We can't take the Secret Keeper out, which means that a minor demon is going to be summoned, which is a solo. Which means it will be summoned, and we've got 2 fear, so we could instantly grab fear and then just transport that over. I mean, we could have done this and said just capped it in number of rounds, because now it's going on forever. What can we do? Well, our Secret Keeper is still our focus, and it's vulnerable. So, what can we do? Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to attack the Secret Keeper, because that makes sense. If we can get the Secret Keeper out, then all the summoned things are going to go away. But as soon as we do damage to the Secret Keeper, the clock is going to tick, and we can't do 3 points of damage, or I doubt we can do 3 points of damage, unless we crit. If we crit, we could possibly do 3 points of damage. So let's see. Here we go. Fern is going to attempt to shoot the Secret Keeper. We do have 1 hope, but I might keep that hope to make it focus if we have to. Oh, that's not a crit. I thought that was a crit, but it's not. It's a 15, 16, 17, 18. It hits it. We've got another hope. We do hit it, which means we have maintained focus, but it is going to summon a demon, most definitely. But we do hit it. She screams as another arrow slams in, doing 1 point of damage, taking them to 2 hit points. Clock ticks. They scream and utter deep. Their voice drops for several octaves. It's a deep demonic voice, seems to overcome them. Their face changes to being one covered in a black helm with burning fire coming out of the eyes. Their body seems to grow as they stand there, and in a deep voice they summon the arcane evil words to bring about a minor demon becomes out of the ground. Okay, out of the ground, fist slamming into the ground next to it, fire coming out of its ears, off its back. It looks like it's made of a mixture of lava and evil. As it burns the ground, a pit and crater forms around all 3 of them as the hellhounds, the demon, and the Secret Keeper, who has now manifested into something else, stare into Fern's eyes. Fern is going to say, "Oh no, I'm not having any of this." He's going to slowly do a targeted, slowly take aim on the Secret Keeper and the small hole. It's got 2 hit points. If we can do 13 points of damage, which I don't think we can, on our damage roll, we will take the Secret Keeper out and end this. We get a... It's going to be a miss, isn't it? No, I think it's a hit. It's with fear, but that's a 10. That's a... Oh, hold on. We are going to consume our focus and then burn the hope that we've got there to re-roll. Which means that we roll again. But we've still got the same +5 to this, which we get a 9, which is a 15, which is a 20. It's a hit. It's a hit with hope. So we'll just call that a hit with hope. We need to get double 6 to kill it. What was that? That's an 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 1 hit point. Okay, still standing. So let's just say. So Fern is going to release another arrow. Hopefully this will kill it. Come on, Fern. It's with fear, but it definitely hits. and it will definitely kill it, and then we'll end this combat. Man, that took forever. All right, I've got a few minutes. I'm going to wrap up quickly this series because, and I will. We've got the end of year thing, but I tell you what. Why don't I do this here? So at the end of this, I will give you my assessment. Let's wrap this up, and then I'll quickly give an assessment of Daggerheart and my thoughts on Daggerheart, which we'll do here. I wasn't planning to do this, so we've got 4 fear. Doesn't matter because this is the last episode. So as the arrow hits the Secret Keeper, deep within the recess of this blackened helm, this is obviously the big bad, has manifested temporarily in the Secret Keeper. Let's have a little exposition before the Secret Keeper will go back to being the Secret Keeper, and the big bad will dematerialize. This big bad is going to do, you Ranger, you have spoilt my plans. Possibly the Sablewood will have to be taken a different way. This will not end here, Ranger. This will not end here. I challenge you to find me, Ranger, to get Fern out of the Sablewood, and we'll go demon-y things. And I will take you down on the way to hell. See you in the darkness, Ranger. And it dematerializes. I had no idea where I was going. I don't know where I was going with any of that. So, Fern will scout around here. We could roll. Well, I mean, we'll give Fern some healing. We'll give Fern another level. All before next series, basically. And that is Fern's rewards for this. So what Fern is going to find is Fern is going to go into the quarry where things have gone quiet. Fern can see, obviously, the magic that was inhabiting this place has left. The sounds of the forest that are outside come back in. As you remember, there was that shield that was protecting the quarry. And Fern is able to hunt around for a map and a diary or journal. I don't know what these are going to be yet. We'll have to find out next season. Which they will take back to the Whitefire and Carcanis to Hush. This will lead somewhere. So the map leads somewhere. Fern will find some treasure. And maybe enough to get a better weapon, a better bow, which will give Fern a better bow. Between now and then, we'll have to roll one up or find one somewhere. And Fern is we'll end this with Fern discovering these things and saying, Wolf, that was so difficult. There's something going on, Wolf, and it's not in the Sablewood. Something outside the Sablewood is attempting to get in. Needs to get into the Sablewood. That's why the spires. That's why needs to get into the Sablewood. Needs in why attacking spires. So it's attacking the spires. Is it still going? It's still going. It was attacking the spires so as it could get back into the Sablewood, whoever the big bad is. And so that is that. Bit anticlimactic, really. But I think we've created some hooks that will go into a second series of Daggerheart. My thoughts on Daggerheart. Now, I really like Daggerheart. I like the narrative aspects of Daggerheart. I like the way the spotlight works and flows. But at the moment, as far as I can see it, playing solo, I think I would readdress my thoughts. So 7 points as a final battle, fine. But do know it will take ages, as that did. Keeping the points 4 or 5 seems to be okay and the battles don't take too long. I would think 4 BP for a solo player to versus against might be better than 5. But 5 is fine. If you want a big battle, big points. That's combat. Other aspects. Some of the aspects of play will lean one way or another depending on how you want. I have discovered that social play with a character like Fern isn't easy to do. Fern has none of the skills needed for social play because it would be planned that you would have a character who focuses on social things. Now the downside of that is that if they're focused on social things, they may not be as useful as a combat. Fern is great in a combat, Fern isn't so good in social things. Scaling for some of the weapons, and there seems to be a lacking on some weapons for people like Fern to be able to do decent damage. Fern is clearly not built to do damage, Fern is built to do other stuff. So it all boils down to, and I'm thinking on my feet here, none of this is planned, as I said at the beginning, that you just get me. So I think what it is maybe approaching it slightly differently is the key. And it was a bit like when I first started to play Dragonbane. You can't approach Dragonbane like you would approach D&D. You can't approach Daggerheart like you'd approach D&D. The ability for a DM, when you're doing the DM moves, to use your fear and use your other stuff just to create exposition and story is brilliant. The ability to do that as a player is brilliant. The ability to narrate things is brilliant. You have to think around stuff. And as a solo player, that's a bit different. But I think I am quite looking forward to a second season of Daggerheart. But I need to send Fern somewhere else, and we might give Fern a party to back them up. A couple of other characters to back Fern up, I think will work better. So yes, it's a big one as the final episode, but that there was Series 1, Season 1 of Daggerheart. Daggerheart played solo here on Hollowponds Solo Sagas. Join us next season where Fern leaves the Sablewood. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber and sticking with me for 22 episodes, though watches always die down. If you're not yet a subscriber, do subscribe. Not only will you find out what I'm playing next, it's probably Shadowrun, but you will find other stuff. I've been reading Shadowrun. I'm going to play Shadowrun next. That's what I reckon I'm going to do. Shadowrun Anarchy, to be precise. Thank you as ever to the Adventurers Guild for all of your support. If you would like to support the channel, you can go to Drive Thru RPG and buy some of those books that I use to run Daggerheart. Then you can run it yourself. And there'll be others coming out because I'm going to do over the break. I'm going to do I would have done. I'm going to expand the Heart Guide. Anyone who's bought the Heart Guide in the first version will have a discount code for 50% off the expanded version. Basically, I'm going to use the core of single player mode and expand it out that way. So it's going to be much bigger, much more interesting. There will also be another support solo guide, solo in the something or another, which will be wherever we're going to send Fern for season 2. And there's all the trifolds, which I'm quite proud of. But anyway, you can support that way, or you can send me money and I can maybe buy a new camera, because that is dying like anyone's business. It's a GoPro Hero 9. It's the best one that I can find to do this stuff, but I mean, now with everything, it's out of my price range again. I'll have to find an alternative. And until then, enjoy yourself, go play solo, be creative, have fun. Bye.